Hello friends, my name is Rajan Goyal. I'm a registered migration agent at Aussizz Group, Perth. Today I'm going to talk about the registered nurses pathway to migration in Australia. If you're thinking about migrating to Australia as a registered nurse, you'll first have to go through the skills assessment process for the registered nurse. The skills assessment process for the registered nurse involves two steps. The first one is that you have to get registered with AFRA, and the second one is that you have to get your skills assessed with NMAC. For applicants who are qualified from overseas, unless you have studied in countries like US, UK, Canada, Singapore, you must do one of the two things in order to get successfully registered with AFRA. First thing that you could do is you can either clear an outcomes-based assessment, which consists of two steps. The first step is a multiple choice exam, which is called NCLEX, and the third step is a practical exam, which is called AUSSCO. You must come to Australia to give that practical exam after you've cleared the multiple choice questions exam NCLEX. The other option is that if you do not want to do the outcomes-based assessment, you can do a conversion course in Australia. The duration of the conversion course will depend on the qualifications and the country of your qualifications overseas. For successful registration with AFRA, you'll also need to have proficient English, which means that you'll need to have 7 in all of the components of IELTS or its equivalent in PTE. After you've done your registration with AFRA, you'll need to put up an application for skills assessment with NMAC. You can get your skills assessed under various ANZSCO codes such as Registered Nurse Perioperative, Registered Nurse Mental Health, Registered Nurse Critical Care, and if you do not have any work experience, you can even get yourself registered under the category Not Elsewhere Classified, which is Registered Nurse NEC. After you've had your successful skills assessment from NMAC, you can nominate yourself for one of the state sponsorships, or you can apply for the subclass 189 visa if you have enough points. Under the state sponsorship, you just have to make sure that you fulfill any additional state criteria that might be applicable on your occupation. Every state has their own criteria. Make sure you're aware of every state criteria before you start proceeding towards the application for any of the states. For example, WA has this criteria where you need to have either 1 year of Australian experience as a registered nurse or 3 years of overseas experience. Now, this is just one of the criteria which is applicable to registered nurses in WA. For criteria which is applicable to registered nurses in other states, please click on the Learn More button and leave your query, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. You could also be eligible under the family sponsored category if you've got an eligible relative who's a permanent resident or a citizen living in regional areas of Australia. For further information, please click on the Learn More button below and register your query, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.